Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. I'm bringing you a very special project, showing you some behind the scenes DIYs that I got to do in conjunction with Chris the Curator for the Maroon Arts Group here in Columbus, Ohio. They are a nonprofit that brings Black cultural arts to the community. They have a variety of events throughout the year, especially in the summertime, of course, because the weather is better. And their goal is really to bring Black art, ingenuity, and creativity to the wider community. So I'm really excited that I got to work on this project. Chris called me and said, "Can you help me with this? I have some crazy ideas." And I said, sure. Why not? We'll see what happens. And it worked out really well for us. The project took a little longer than we thought. We had some different events and activities going on in between, of course, but you're always busy when you're designing different spaces. So we finally finished. Everything is up and going. I do encourage you to visit Christina's Instagram, Chris the Curator. I will link it down below, as well as my page, Fluttering Through. We're going to be tag teaming each other on some insights into this project. If you want to see final reveals, you'll definitely want to visit her page. I'm really just going to show you the projects that I focused on for the Maroon Arts Group, and I hope that you enjoy. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And now we can get started. This is the Maroon Group's box park. They have 3 box cars that they use to showcase different events and house vendors. So the first project we did was the green room. It's the burgundy boxcar here. It was storage. It also is where performers would wait to go on stage. The back of this boxcar is actually a performance stage, and it has this big garage door that lifts up. So the first thing I did was paint it. We used less brown for the back wall and the ceiling, and a light cream on the other 2 walls because it's such a dark space. But we still wanted to add interest with the deeper color. So this is what it looked like. The floor was already painted. I will link the artist down below. I believe she has an Instagram, as well as Chris the Curator's page down below, and Maroon Arts Group. So Christina had this idea to put a wall feature in the back so that when you walk in, you get that visual interest, not just with the paint color, but with a padded wall. So we are using pool noodles from the Dollar Tree. I am using a standard serrated knife from the Dollar Tree as well. I believe it came in a 2-pack. And the first clip shows me doing it on my own, and you can see how kind of janky the cut was. So in this clip, Christina holds the top, and we try to keep it as straight as possible because we are using a knife to manually cut it. We're not using a turkey cutter or bread slicer or anything electronic. And it worked out perfectly. We only used about 10 to 12 pool noodles for half of the wall. And so we just put it straight on the wall. You will YouTube or Google search how to do a pool noodle wall or a padded wall, and a lot of people will use a piece of plywood and then attach that to the wall. We put ours directly on the wall. We did not use glue. We just held it there, wrapped the fabric, and used the Ryobi staple gun to help us. And we did utilize a manual staple gun as well, because as we got closer to the wall on the left, it got a little tighter, and the Ryobi is quite large, so it wouldn't fit into that space. And then Christina went to a fabric store we have here locally. If they have a website, I will link that down below as well. And she found some fabric choices. This one worked out the best. We wrapped the pool noodles in a blue velvet, a navy blue velvet, and then she used this fabric to drape across it. Turned out absolutely beautiful, really soft visual interest, and she also wanted a space where people could take selfies before they go on and perform. We added some chairs from Target and a desk in case the performers need to prepare their projects. And this is the final result. And this is what I did. Of course, there's more to this space. It's small, but not that small. Christina added a few other pieces, and then of course the Maroon Arts Group added in their items as well. And if you want to see the full reveal, you'll definitely want to check out Chris the Curator's website. And now the office. Now the office is a tiny, tiny little box. And then behind it is a display space for artists. So they will house different events, like I said, and one of them is, I believe, weekly, if not monthly, they feature a new artist and their artwork, and they have that showcase behind the office. So Christina's idea was to do a monochromatic, more modern look. You couldn't do a lot. Like I said, it's small. This office might be 5 by 5 at the most, at the absolute most. They already had a desk in there and an office chair, and they do use it to house their flyers and some other artwork while they're waiting to switch out the showcases. So we decided to go with a pretty orange color on the wall, as you saw there, and now we're using the spiced satin amber to spray paint a pot from Dollar Tree. We were initially going to put this plant in a tomato cage, which I showed you how to make in one of my previous videos. And so I painted that the spiced satin amber as well. The plant came out because it was so heavy and we were dragging it around. And the plant is from At Home. So I used some E6000 and eventually added some hot glue to secure it to the Dollar Tree plant pot. Stuck it in there. It worked out really well. This plant was actually almost too tall for my little workspace. So we just improvised. You'll see me spray paint it here shortly. And like I said, we wanted a monochromatic type of appeal in the space. So everything was going to be this spiced satin amber as far as accessories are concerned. And then the wall was that beautiful orange that Christina had picked out. And this is the front of the office that faces the street. So I put the plant out there and did some touch-ups. And now for the final reveal. You will note that I am using a 5 Below stool secondly to put the stand on. We wanted it to have a more modern, clean look, and the tomato cage just was not working out. But I am showing you it both ways in case you get inspired to do this in your own space. And we did add white rocks to the base to cover up the gap between the two pots. Thank you all for watching, and I definitely want to thank Chris the Curator and the Maroon Arts Group for allowing me to work on this project. Bye!